Well, Bitcoin has stabilized at almost exactly $14 a coin. I'm tired of waiting for a jump. So I'm taking the loss and getting my cash back.
I wish I had kept my 1,700 Bitcoin at 6 cents instead of selling them at 30 cents. They are at $8.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Bitcoin is over $17,000. Can you believe it? We just continue to pump higher and higher every single day. How high is Bitcoin going to go before we have the major correction? Or are we never going to have a major correction again? Is it fundamentally different? Because we literally just hit $17,000 for the first time since 2018, and right now, currently, it's crickets. It's silence. You're not hearing the media talk about it. You're not hearing everyone mentioning it. It's like no one's even paying attention. Fundamentally, this is a totally different bull run. In fact, there's one particular indicator that we need to discuss that no one's even paying attention to. And I want to talk about why it's so unbelievably different this time. People calling for the pullback, saying this and that, and this can't happen, and this, price action is too high. Well, let me tell you something. The rate that Bitcoin is moving, we could easily see a $20,000 Bitcoin very soon. We're only 4% away from the all-time high market cap, not total price, but market cap that Bitcoin has ever had. So I want to discuss that. I want to talk about some interesting on-chain data, as well as something that's going on with Ethereum right now that just flipped for the first time, that could not only be insanely bullish for Ethereum, but also for the DeFi space as a whole, and we could be looking for the next boom. So if that sounds good to you, that's what we're going to talk about today. Stick around to the end. I have a really interesting, mini short story I want to just sort of go over with you guys. And if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Thank you so much, by the way, for supporting the channel and sticking around. It's been rough. It's been a rough bear market. It's been a really interesting couple of years, but I feel like it is finally paying off. And yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Congratulations. If you're watching this video, you are still so early. Trust me, because most of the people out there are not even paying attention. So let's dive in. Let's have a look. I'm going to keep the analysis super short today, guys, because really we're just putting in a parabolic uptrend right now. It looks like we're trying to actually finally break out of the top of this level. Now, obviously, I just want to be realistic. We could have a potential wick right here. We could be topping out in this ascending channel. Bitcoin may come down, retest the heart line, or even come back down to the bottom. You could see some mid to low $16,000 action before continuing upwards again. Having a look right here, though, at as far as the futures chart goes, this is the weekly, and the level we needed to beat was 16,590. Now, it is only Tuesday, okay? We have a lot more of this week left to go, so I'm not going to get excited yet, but if we can close this week out above $16,590, then I would basically say it is send it time. It is dead. That's basically it for me. I would say that we are just going to continue pushing higher and higher, and there's virtually nothing that can stop it. However, let's have a quick look at the spot chart. The spot chart is actually being held down by the $17,168 level currently that we're pushing on right now as I'm making this video. Now, if we do get rejected, we risk going back to the low 16,000s, and if that doesn't hold, the next level is way down at around $13,886. But I'll be totally honest with you, I wouldn't even care if we did go down to that level. That's about a 20% pullback, which is sort of that healthy double-digit correction we're looking for. And yeah, I wouldn't even be mad at this point. I think we are due for a little bit of a cool-off. However, on the extremely bullish side, if we do close above this weekly level and we continue to push, our next resistance, okay, is $19,388. So yeah, things could get insane Very quick, very quick, my friend. So, I was laughing at this. Still waiting for the gap, guys. People on YouTube said it's gonna fill. It's always funny. You know, it was a meme. I mean, a lot of people were talking about the gap filling, but we showed the last time we had it, it didn't fill. So that whole idea of gaps need to get filled, I think we can finally put that case to rest and say that the gaps do not always have to get filled. Kind of happy I could say that right now. But talking about the fact that we do have Bitcoin leading the way. In fact, gold is unable to keep up with how fast Bitcoin has been pumping. We have seen all of these institutions, all of these high net worth individuals, publicly traded companies, and get this, Grayscale just added more Bitcoin to their Grayscale trust. They now hold 500,000 Bitcoin or $8.5 billion, which is over 2.5% of the entire cryptocurrency supply. And like Andrew Benson mentioned, the market cap is only 4% away from setting up a new all-time high. And like I said in the beginning, not a single major newspaper in the US has mentioned Bitcoin on their front page. Wait until they find out that there will only be 21 million ever, and there's only about 12% left. And you're starting to see that interest come back in, especially from some of these like celebrities, right? You had Maisie Williams over from Game of Thrones, and there was a poll that came out. Now, 47% said you should buy Bitcoin, and 52% said you should not buy Bitcoin. Some of the people that commented included Elon Musk and our good old buddy Mike Novogratz, who did in fact say he bought more Bitcoin. He says it's going to 20K and then to 65K. The network effect has taken over. I see tons of new buyers and there is very little supply. It's an easier trade here than at $11,000. And let's talk about the incredible rise of Bitcoin, right? It manifested itself in November, and it could gain more momentum. Now we have Skybridge Capital, okay, who just had a statement with the US SEC, which holds $9.3 billion under management, dated November 13th, states that the mutual funds can now open short or long positions on Bitcoin. Now, a little bit scary hearing about the fact that they may be considering shorting Bitcoin, but talking about a $9.3 billion under management capital fund. This is crazy. I mean, they're literally the money is going to pour in, and there is not going to be enough demand. I can't stress this enough. I know it sounds like the same story every single day, but I think the recent price action has been pretty much proof. I mean, look at this. Every day I open the charts. Now, look, I'm not saying that you should just, long the top. I do believe we're going to have a correction, but we know that Bitcoin has a tendency to sort of be over exuberant in either direction, right? When things get painful, well, Bitcoin knows how to just kick you when you're down and dump even harder. And when the euphoria comes in, Bitcoin tends to go even higher than anyone can even anticipate it would go, right? I mean, I would be a total liar if I said that I didn't think we would have already had a correction at this point. But this is what happens in parabolic markets. I mean, once that momentum gets going, it's like a train and you just can't stop it, right? Now, let's talk about an interesting metric that no one's talking about. You have Guy Hirsch. Now, this guy's the managing director for US at multi-asset brokerage eToro. I'm sure you are familiar with them. They're looking at a slightly different, non-traditional gauge of sentiment. This is the total number of tweets that mention Bitcoin on a daily basis. At the height of the crypto boom, they were seeing around 120,000 Bitcoin tweets per day. Whereas right now, currently, we are seeing at most half of that, roughly between 30 to 60,000. He says this rally is clearly different in a number of ways. It is less speculative. And even though recent developments have been advancing at a snail's movement, it's in the right direction. Generally speaking, we're very bullish on what's happening. You also had Greg King chiming in. He's the CEO at Osprey Funds, a subsidiary of Rex Shares that runs a Bitcoin trust. And he says that the excitement is there, but it's more grounded. He says the longer that Bitcoin persists and the more on-ramps that get built and the more interest increases, I think it's becoming more real in investors' minds. Everyone has progressed 3 years further down the adoption curve. He also mentions He's not getting nearly as many inquiries as he did, last time from distant relatives, friends, etc. But he urges this perspective. Back then, it went from 1,000 to 19,000. So imagine what'll happen when you finally have Bitcoin hitting the 50,000 or the $100,000 level. And if you think that it was crazy what we saw in 2017, consider what we could be seeing today. Now, this came up in my feed from Anthony Desor. I might have said your name wrong, but so he had this rant, and I don't remember who tweeted this or how I even came across this, but I wanted to read this thread to you, and I want your opinion on it because I think he makes a lot of interesting points. Please, let's discuss this below in the comments or join the free Telegram group if you want. We hang out, we talk crypto all day. Links below in the description. But he says, rant. Everyone is waiting for the FOMO. It's not going to be like 2016. The big boys have come to play. They don't FOMO, they dominate. The positions they take will be colonial. They have long time horizons and they are not buying Bitcoin with paychecks. This bull run will cause suicides. When dumbass traders realize what they had in their hands, that they sold for a measly 2 to 3x, working class whole coins will start to be few and far between. Because buying a whole coin will require you to sell your house. This next 4 years is not just the next cycle. It is the next phase where governments will have to respond, where criminals are going to step up their game, where publicly declaring that you have a whole Bitcoin could be dangerous to you and your family. This bull run is not going to be a retail FOMO extravaganza. This bull run is the beginning of the fall of fiat. This bull run will cement Satoshi's white paper as one of the most important documents in human history. There will be no 80% correction. There will be no fall from 300,000 to 50K. Grayscale is not a weak hand. MicroStrategy is not a weak hand. Fidelity is not a weak hand. The institutions that are buying Bitcoin couldn't give a shit about when Lambo. They get Lambos for free. They control governments. People expect that hyper-Bitcoinization will occur with government adoption. The companies that are and will buy in the next year are the ones that have governments in their pockets. There will be no 80% correction. Let me know what you think about this. Has the tide changed? Is it a different time for Bitcoin? I can tell you right now that Bitcoin is over $17,000 and I'm not getting any more views on my videos than I got last month. Same amount of views, same amount of people watching. Where is the new retail? Maybe it's not retail. This time it's actually driven by sophisticated, high net worth individuals, companies, and institutions. And some people may say that that's a bad thing. However, it does also mean that you're going to have probably a lot more of this healthy growth and less crazy volatility all over the place, right? Which actually would technically cement Bitcoin as, well, sort of now an official store of value, right? Which is what we've been working for so long. Now, in yesterday's video, I actually mentioned a few altcoins and I was talking about DeFi and could DeFi potentially have another boom just around the corner? Well, here's an interesting piece of data. According to Glassnode Studio, 16.5% of Ethereum's total supply is now held by smart contracts. So that translates to about 18 million ETH worth about $8 billion. Here is the kicker. Exchanges, on the other hand, hold 11% of the supply, or 15.5 million, worth about 7 billion. So this means, for the first time ever, the decentralized code network of Ethereum itself is actually holding more Ethereum, in fact, $1 billion more than centralized exchanges or other trading venues, which indicates a potential shift or maybe even an opening for disruption from centralized to decentralized. And this may actually be the moment that we have all been waiting for. And on that note, I just want to end on one more person who's also buying Bitcoin. And this time around, it is, according to an article published on Fortune, you have John Tallon, an Estonian engineer who was one of the co-founders of Skype, is holding most of his personal wealth in cryptocurrency, and he admits he has been for some time. In fact, he donated 350 Ethereum and 50 Bitcoin to UK-based firm Faculty AI between 2018 and 2020, and the company is still holding the crypto. So we are seeing the value, we are seeing the paradigm shift. This time, my friends, it is different. We are much, much closer to 20K than we are to 10K. And the fact that we're not seeing these wild swings, we're seeing nice, healthy volume. You know, Bitcoin is going up slowly, taking steps. You're not seeing mass media hype. I'm not seeing a rush of brand new people, money hungry people coming to my channel. This is telling me this is healthy. We are definitely early still. And yeah, I mean, I really got nothing else to say, guys. I'm just feeling pretty positive about this, and I hope you are too. So that's about it for today. No need to rant any further. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Regardless of what happens, if we do have a 30% dip, who the hell cares at this point? Oh no, Bitcoin went back to 14,000. Oh my goodness, what should I do? Are you kidding me? It's still, we started the year at 7,200. So that being said, be safe out there. Don't do some crazy leverage trading. If you are looking to leverage trade though, I do recommend Bybit for Bitcoin. This is hands down my favorite. I have the best user experience over here. If you want to check it out, links in the description. Also, they do have they're giving away $610. I think that is going away soon, that offer. So definitely check out the link below in the description if you're interested. But yeah, that's it for me today. So thank you for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. Be safe out there. Get subscribed if you're new. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. Hope you're holding some Bitcoin. Get ready for the blast off. And of course, peace out.